Hi, it's Dr. J, and I am back for another week. This week, I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about knowing who's in your corner. I remember growing up, one of the things that my mother used to tell me always was, you need to know who's in your corner. And I am not sure I understood it, or I understood it at a level probably that was in alignment with age and with experience. But with age and experience, that saying has become so powerful for me. When we think about living intentionally and engaging in relationships and partnerships and friendships and work opportunities, it is so unbelievably important to know who's in your corner. We, if you think about a boxing ring, and you think about the stadium, there's so many seats. There's floor seats, there's section one, there's section two, there's also folks that are in the rafters. And so the construction of a boxing arena creates space for so many. But when you think about your life and being in the ring and living your life, the question is who is in your corner? And yes, you'll have a manager, right? You'll have that person who kind of helps you navigate along the way in the overall direction, whatever that looks like. We have trainers. It's the specific things that we are trained to do, that we are called to do, that help us get better in that thing. But who, what place, what space, what employment, what friend, what spouse is in your corner? Like, who is your corner man? When you get knocked out or knocked down, or just in the ring of life and things aren't going well and you need a break, like, who's that? Who occupies that space for you? We have to give that some thought and choose intentionally. I think oftentimes what we do is that we allow it to kind of be, or we allow people to occupy that space, or we allow jobs to occupy that space, or we allow responsibilities to occupy that space. And what I'm asking us to do is to reconsider this idea of allowing and create the space to choose. Like, your corner man, your corner woman, your corner person is that person that, or that place, or that space that is going to make sure you are whole, is going to make sure that they add value to you, is going to make sure that when you get knocked out, they are there to pat you and say, all right, everything is okay. We're going to patch up this wound. And as my folks say, I'm going to put you back out in the ring. I'll be like, wait a minute. I ain't really ready to go back out in the ring just yet. But who's in your corner? Who is advocating and making sure that you are rested, that you are well, that you are eating, that you are doing the things that bring you joy? Everyone cannot do that and be that for us. But in order for that position to be effective, we have to choose who occupies the space that is closest to us. And I really want you to give that some thought. Who is that for you? Who has deep knowledge of you, that's been running with you, that is still on the same journey, that supports where you're going without hindering and putting obstacles in the space for you? We have a women's only roundtable, and all of us are entrepreneurs in different spaces and doing very different things. And one of the things we talked about is, and we'll talk about more, is this idea of your five faves. I always ask in workshops and in sessions, who is your five fave? But during our conversation, one of the other women at the table said, your five fave sometimes is not your five frequents, which means the people that are on speed dial as your five faves may not be the ones that you talk to the most frequently. And we have to evaluate and make sure that both of those are synonymous. Is my five faves my five frequents? Who are my five frequents, and should they be? So between now and next week, when I shall see you again, I really want you to think about who's in your corner. And I also, especially as we're heading into a new year and a new time and a new space, a new season, I also want you to think about, should they be? It's okay for people to have a front row but not be in the corner. It's okay for folks to be in the stadium and in the arena but not in the corner. It's okay for folks to be at the concession stand and in the building, but they do not have to occupy a space in my corner unless I invite them and they in turn choose to be in my corner. So give it some thought. Think about connecting, and make sure you subscribe to JuanitaMorris.com. Also, we will delve into this in a workshop in January. Registration is still open. I would love to have you in the session. It's only 1 hour, but we are going to dig into how do we create and occupy a space that is intentional living for us in order for us to survive and thrive, especially when we've been in the ring. Thank y'all so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.